morning, friends. Well, it's time to go back and get some feed again. And look, I got a truck full. I had to get 17 bags of feed for a month. And of course they had to break a couple of them and take them out and regroup. So that always is fascinating and fun to clean up when they're done. So let's get started with the day. So here's my garden. As you can tell, I do have a few peppers. These are Anaheim peppers. And then these right here are poblano peppers. So if you can tell, you can still see a little bit of the, well, you can see the tomatoes back in there. And they're actually blooming, but we're getting ready to have a really, well, I say really cold spell, but the thing is it's the first cold spell we're going to have, and it's going to be about, I don't know, I think they said 40 degrees is going to be the lowest that we get, which is pretty low for us because we've been having 80, 90, and 100 for lately. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, it's almost as tall as the barn. Well, it is tall as the barn in places. You can see it back there. Let me see if I can get my glasses on and look. Yeah, back there you can see it's as tall as the barn. Well, you know what? This winter, it'll all die back. And it'll be just fine because all that chicken's in here and they'll eat all that stuff out of here. And we'll just start all over. How about that? That's always fun, isn't it? Oh, you need to get down, don't you, baby girl? You want to get down? Okay. There you go. There you go. I bet you're hungry. So the turkeys are just about the same size of a chicken now. And they're about 3 weeks old. And they're about the same size of a chicken. Isn't that crazy? They like a little bit. Another week or so, they'll be bigger than the chicken. They come out here, and this one's got his water turned over. So, turkeys are some of the worst. They're like nasty. They draw flies and maggots more than any other animal. I mean, quickly too. Like underneath his water, I'll pull it out to change it out and put it back, and there's already maggots under there overnight. So I'm going to have to fix it to where I move it every day so that there's not any maggots, because I tell you what, they are really making the flies. Let me show you this. I mean, there's just flies everywhere, and I've hung these strips up. These don't look so bad, but where the turkeys were before, let me show you. So the flies were hovering on the ground when I would walk through this side of the shop or the barn. And look, I mean, they are just everywhere. I've got one hanging on top of the other one. And I've got one here. And then they started hovering right here where the turkey's box was. And so I put them in there and put some lime on top of that just to make sure that the flies would leave that alone if they did start breaking down. And then there's one here, and I've got two hanging in this thing with a whole bunch of lime in there to try to keep them away. I still have a lot of cleanup to do after those turkeys. I tell you what, they made a mess. So in order for me to have turkeys, all the time. I'm going to have their own separate space and have it to where they can have a place that's cleanable. I walked in here today, and this morning I guess I had left too early and had not got that door closed all the way, and the wind closed it. So all the chickens were outside, stuck outside all day. And it was a little bit warm in here. Some of them were stuck inside and some of them were stuck outside. This little girl says, "Mama, will you tell Scott that I don't just cackle all day long. I don't cackle all day long. Sometimes I go outside and I don't say a word. Will you tell him that, please?" Okay, I'll tell him for you. If he watches tomorrow, I'll tell him, okay? Because this is Monday, and this video will go out tomorrow. I've got 4 of those little girls that look the same with the ears that are yellow. They're running down there too. They sure like that area. They like staying together too. There's 14 of them that I bought in that little batch that I raised this spring, and they're really best friends. They hang out together a lot. There's some of them that hang out up here too, because these girls right here, the dark Brahmas, they are a little bit warmer natured, so they can't be down there where it's all hot. They like it up here where it's cooler. There's a really nice breeze. There's a piece of pumpkin in that hole right there that the ducks have put in there whenever there was water in it. And then the water kind of subsides during the day, and the chickens are going after it. Boy, they like it like that. The ducks have eaten quite a bit of this one, and it's just kind of floating there, almost sinking, because it's got a big hole in the bottom of it. And this one right here is just kind of floating on the top. They've eaten around the edges. They've eaten a lot of that one. And let's see what the ducks over here are doing to theirs. So the one that I threw out there, they turned it upside down, so they really can't do anything to it until I go back out there and turn it right side up. But they've got 2 over here that, one of them they've just got completely finished, and the other one they'll start on it afterwards because it'll be a little bit softer. What are you doing, Blue Eyes? What are you doing, Blue Eyes? You sure are pretty. You got pretty eyes. Yes, you do. You can tell he's younger. Look around his eyes and above his nose, and then look at him. That's how you can tell their age. They get that thing going on their head. Some of them get great old big wart-looking things all over their head, and these haven't got that. Maybe that's when they get older they get that way. I don't know, but I tell you what, these are the sweetest ducks I've ever had. They're just gentle and kind to each other, and I don't know, just nice, sweet. I hear the turkeys in there thinking they're hungry. I need to put them out here somewhere, but I'm afraid they'll be gotten overnight, so I'm going to have to really think about that one. I don't know. Have to just see. I really and truly think, I've been trying to figure out how in the world do I get so many weeds out here? And I'm thinking that is what is in the scratch that the chickens don't eat. I'm pretty sure that's where that comes from. Otherwise, I don't know how I could have that many weeds after I keep it so nice and clean, and then all of a sudden it's just like this again in 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. It's just crazy. So what are you girls doing? Huh? You got blue eyes too, don't you? The one in the middle, boy, she's just white all over. Isn't she beautiful? No angel wing. Yeah, I think the boy with the one angel wing, his name's going to be Angel. So then I'll have Jesus and Angel. That'll be pretty good names. I don't have the girl ducks named except for Hazel. See how hot it is right there now with the boards on top of each other. They do not get on top of those when the sun comes out and there's no shade. They love the shade.